The electrified version of Citroen's Berlingo small MPV has remarkably few compromises if you're looking for a family EV. So, if you can afford the price premium and cope with the 174-mile driving range, it might be a tempting option if you're looking for a full electric compact family car and don't want a compact SUV. Here there's the option of a 7-seat cabin too, which is rare to find in an EV at present.
As usual with Citroen EVs, the e-Berlingo offers 3 driving modes: Eco, Normal and Power. You won't want to spend too long in Eco unless you really are eking out battery capacity, because it reduces the powertrain's normal 134 bhp output to just 80 bhp and also restricts the climate system to conserve power. You'll want to know about driving range, which is claimed at 174 miles, around 30 miles less than the full electric Vauxhall Corsa and Peugeot 208 Super Minis that also use this battery, but is much closer to the range figure of the Citroen EC4, which also uses it. Like all electric vehicles, this one has a bit of a weight problem. That drivetrain adds over 300 kilos of bulk, but that arguably helps the e-Berlingo when it comes to ride quality. You'll feel things like speed humps keenly, but at speed on the open road, it handles tarmac tears a little better than its combustion cousins. This e-Berlingo feels really at home in an urban environment, surprisingly really, because it's quite a large car, especially in long wheelbase form. But you'll feel really confident in it on the school run because all-round visibility is great, the steering is light, and as we've said, the suspension deals with porous surfaces quite well. Parking's easy because rear sensors and a reversing camera are standard fit across the range. This third generation Berlingo does a better job than its Peugeot Rifter and Vauxhall Combo class counterparts in visually differentiating itself as an MPV rather than a van with windows. You get a choice of wheelbases, M for medium, or as here, XL, the latter enabling the fitment of a third row of seats. So let's take a look inside. At the wheel, at first glance anyway, it's much as in the old combustion-powered conventional Berlingo, or indeed a current Citroen Berlingo van. Once you've got used to that, if you look a little closer around, you'll start to see some of this EV variant's model-specific differences. This little EV drive toggle switch, for instance, that takes the place of the usual gear selector. And of course there are EV-specific features on both of the provided displays. Let's start with the instrument screen, which in its standard layout has a battery indicator on the left, a digital speedo in the middle, and a power eco charge drive meter on the right. Using this little rotary controller on the left-hand steering wheel spoke, you can alter the screen layout through various settings. Whatever you choose, the resolution is sharply defined and easy to read, which can't really also be said for the central 8-inch infotainment display. Still, at least it has a physical volume dial, and more importantly, it's not burdened with the climate controls, which are separated out further down the centre stack. We've saved arguably the best, though, until last: cabin practicality. If you were to add up the capacity of all the 28 different nooks and crannies available within the interior of this e-Berlingo, you'd arrive at a figure of 167 litres, about as much as you get in the entire boot of some city cars. OK, enough on what the front of the cabin's like. Let's take a seat in the second row. Now, both short and long wheelbase e-Berlingo models offer access to this part of the car via these sliding doors. The sliding doors are rather heavy to close from the inside, and this format means you can't have door pockets either. Still, on the plus side, this second row offers enough space to suit a wide variety of passenger shapes and sizes. Because the battery pack is mounted beneath this MPV model's floor, cabin space is not compromised. So there are vast standards of headroom, and because the centre transmission tunnel is virtually non-existent, it's straightforward to accommodate 3 fully sized adults if need be. 3 individual rear seats back here are standard with both trim levels, and all e-Berlingos get these aircraft-style seat back tables with cup holder points, but you don't get the useful underfloor storage compartments that used to feature on the old combustion models. Blame the bulky EV powertrain below you for that. Twin vents are provided back here, and you get a separate climate control if you've a model with the dual zone system fitted. Lower down, there's a USB socket as well. Were we to be buying this Citroen though, we'd be tempted to pay the small amount extra for the XL body style we have here, with its 2 extra boot-mounted chairs. The fact that these sit within a spacious 4.75 metre body shape means that they can, at a pitch, be quite comfortably used by adults on short to medium length journeys. It's just another example of this Citroen's flexibility. But you don't really need it, because there's plenty of room back here, in the standard 5-seat version anyway, and in this XL lengthier variant too, if you fold or take out the third row chairs, in which case up to 1,050 litres of space can be freed up. The 5-seat short wheelbase standard length variant can swallow 775 litres in its boot. Fold down the 60-40 split rear bench and up to 3,000 litres can be freed up in the standard model. With this XL version, it's up to 4,000 litres with both the back seating rows folded. In addition, with either body style, if you're taking really long items, the front passenger seat can be folded flat, allowing items like surfboards of up to 3,050mm long to be taken inside XL spec models. As you'd want, the e-Berlingo supports up to 100 kilowatt rapid DC charging, with an 80% recharge taking less than 30 minutes, while a full charge from a 7.4 kilowatt single-phase wall box takes 7.5 hours thanks to the 7.4 kilowatt onboard charger. Customers with access to 3-phase power can specify an optional 11 kilowatt onboard charger that will charge the e-Berlingo in 4 hours 45 minutes when using a wall box that also supports this faster home charging solution. There must be plenty of people out there who want a family-shaped compact electric vehicle, maybe as a second car, but don't want an SUV. It would have to be realistically priced, have an acceptable driving range, and not look too van-like. The e-Berlingo, to our eyes anyway, ticks all these boxes. Jack of all trades then, and master of one: the art of bypassing fuel stations.